Okay, so in my weekly weather forecast video, I'm also going to highlight a few issues that you need to know about if you're hoping to come over to Mallorca this week, well indeed in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to be taking a look at why red tape is affecting accessibility to some of the beaches over here in Calvia. I've got an update for you regarding Sunbedgate from over in Puerto Pollensa. You may well have seen my video from the other day, go and check it out if you haven't. I also have an airport update for you, well a UK airport update if you're hoping to fly out soon, plus I'll bring you the weekly weather forecast from the area too. Okay, so let's start by talking about why the red tape is blocking access to some of the beaches over here in Mallorca. And I'm talking about some of the Calvia beaches. Now, there have been lots of holidaymakers that have been complaining about the lack of wooden boardwalks over here on some of the Calvia beaches. We're talking in particular about Palmanova, and I want to give you an update about that because, of course, holidaymakers come over here to the islands, they want to get down to the beach if they're in a wheelchair or they have a pushchair or a buggy, they want to get down onto the sand, and these boardwalks, these wooden boardwalks, are absolutely vital to allow access for that. Now, unfortunately, and we're rolling into the second week of June here, we see no disability access on the beaches over on the three beaches in Palmanova. So we're looking at Escargador Beach, Palmanova Beach and Son Matias Beach too. If you are coming over here in the next couple of weeks, particularly to either Puerto Pollensa and also to these Calvia beaches, well, this is what it's looking like over in Palmanova now. Okay, so just to give you a bird's eye view of Escargador Beach, which is the first beach over here in Palmanova. Normally on this far side of the beach, nearest to the camera, we get the pedalos, we get the stand-up paddleboard rentals, and we also start to see the boardwalks as well, the disability access ways which come down towards the sea. But as you can see here, there is nothing here. Yes, we do have the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas, but we don't have anything much, sadly, here. Anyway, let's take a walk around to Palmanova Beach. So just coming over here to Palmanova Beach, just coming around the headlands, you can see it's pretty much the same situation here. We can see a big empty expanse of beach. I can't see any boardwalks. But if you are trying to get down onto the beach with a buggy or a wheelchair, then on the very far side of Palmanova Beach, right in front of the huge Globale Santa Lucia Hotel, there's an entranceway, and you can just probably get down on that jetty and sit on the very far side of the sand. However, this side of the beach does get shady in the late afternoon as well, just to let you know. But as you can see, unfortunately, there is a steep step here, so you can't get down here unaided, unfortunately. So we're just coming up to Son Matias Beach. Good news is I can see a few pedalos down here on the sand and some stand-up paddleboard rentals, but what I can't see down here either are the boardwalks, are the wooden boardwalks that will take you down to the beach if you've got a buggy or a wheelchair. Now the good news is that they do have a disability point right in the centre of Son Matias Beach. It's a covered shaded area, however the boardwalks have not been set up going down there, so if you're on a wheelchair you are going to struggle actually reaching that point. But I can see a buggy in there, I can see a few people sitting in there as well, so that's something I guess is better than nothing. So it's not only there as well, you would have seen my video from just the other day, filmed up in Puerto Pollensa, about Sunbedgate, about the lack of sunbeds and beach umbrellas on the beaches up there. But the overriding issue too, not only is that they do not have any beach services over there, but also that they do not have the boardwalk. So a big problem over in Puerto Pollensa too, as well as in Palmanova. Now, while we do not have any date for when the boardwalks are going to be put down in Puerto Pollensa, we do over here in Calvia. So I emailed the town hall today and I got quite a rapid response as well. They have told me that they're going to be putting down these wooden boardwalks over in Palmanova in the next 2 weeks. Now, whether that means they're going to actually start putting the boardwalks down in 2 weeks, or whether the boardwalks are actually going to be down in 2 weeks, are two completely different things, and it could still affect your holiday if you're coming over and your holiday is dependent on being able to get access to the beach and wanting to go to the beach as well if you're in a wheelchair, or you're coming over with a pushchair and a pram and you want to be able to get down the beach by yourself, particularly as well if you're a single parent as well and you just want to be able to take that pram or pushchair onto the beach. So my advice is, and I really hate to say it, but if you have a holiday booked to these two resorts, or to these areas, I would actually consider changing your booking if you're hoping to get down to the beach, because, well, up in Puerto Pollensa, I can't actually guarantee those boardwalks are going to be down anytime this month. Over here in Calvia, they're going to start to put them down. They're going to have them down in 2 weeks. If you're travelling soon, you may want to look at booking somewhere else. Now, I have to say, I've been on the east coast of the islands this past weekend. I was over in Calabona and Cala Milor. The beach services over there are excellent. They're a lot cheaper, for a start, as well, and you're going to see some content coming out on my channel about this as well, so consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'm going to have lots of content coming out in the coming days from over that side of the island. But not only are the beach services cheaper, but also they've got all their boardwalks and their disability areas down already. They've got shaded areas, they've got the amphibious wheelchairs, they've got walking sticks as well to help you get into the sea, into the lovely turquoise sea over that side of the island. It may not be Palmanova, but it's a great option if you're looking to possibly change your booking. And also don't forget that whole area is really flat as well, and you've got a great walkway. It's very disabled friendly. Now, if you do want more information about accessibility to Mallorca and how accessible Mallorca is to holidaymakers, I did make a video about it last year. I'll drop a link in the description text below. Okay, so I also have an update for you from over in Puerto Pollensa regarding Sunbedgate. Now, as you know, there are no sunbeds on the beaches or sun umbrellas on the beaches just yet, but holidaymakers have taken matters into their own hands, and a Facebook group has been set up. It's called the Puerto Pollensa Sun Chair and Beach Umbrella Exchange Group, and basically it's for holidaymakers coming over who are buying the beach umbrellas and the beach chairs as well, and who are only maybe coming over here for a few days. They're not going to be able to take them home with them, so a Facebook group has been set up, and they're exchanging them to other holidaymakers coming over, which I think is a brilliant idea, because otherwise we're going to have just literally tons of waste over there in Puerto Pollensa from unneeded and unwanted sunbeds that have had to be purchased just because they can't be rented on the beaches for now. Now, I'll drop a link to that group. I'll put it in pinned comments. I'll put it in the description text below this video. So if you're going to Puerto Pollensa, that might be a slightly more affordable way for you to go to the beach, if you're prepared to, of course, carry those down to the beach with you. Now, other suggestions have been as well, if you are going to be buying sunbeds and beach umbrellas, maybe you can donate them to the charity shop in the centre of Puerto Pollensa. It used to be the Alan Graham charity shop, but it's changed hands now. I'll drop the address as well and the Google map link as well in the description text below this video, so you could consider that. Another idea is to maybe donate the proceeds that you make from the sale of your sunbed or beach umbrella as well to the cats protection in Puerto Pollensa as well. I'll put the link to their charity below too. That's also our sponsored charity of the month over on the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group as well. So any donations that they received as well are going to help all the stray cats in that area too. So you can also, as I mentioned in my Sunbedgate video, you can also hire them for multi-hire in the port, and well, you can just buy them new as well in the beach shops if they haven't actually run out. So go and have a think about those ideas. Go and check out the Facebook group, but it's an excellent idea. So next up, we're going to take a look at the airports over in the UK. Now, I appreciate that many of you are travelling over from the UK, and it's with regards to the security checkpoints, the new 3D scanning technology that is slowly being introduced in airports in the United Kingdom, and there have been problems with these. Now, this new scanning technology is designed to eradicate the restrictions that you have on bringing over liquids in those 100 millilitre bottles as when you're coming through the airport. It's designed so you can just take your liquids through in your suitcase or your backpack without having to take them out and put them into a tray. And also eventually, hopefully, there's going to be no limits on those either, because they're going to be able to scan them. However, they've run into problems. And it's also meant as well that they've had to reintroduce restrictions on liquids when travelling through 6 airports in the UK. So these restrictions are going to be put back in place temporarily in Aberdeen, in Newcastle, in Leeds Bradford Airport, in Teesside, in London City, and in Southend Airport. And I've actually remembered all 6 of those airports as well. So if you are travelling through those airports, until further news, make sure you only limit any liquids you're taking through the security scanners to 100 millilitres or below. Hello guys. If not, you can have them taken off you, and also it's going to create also bigger queues over at security in these airports as well. It's going to possibly hold up a flight, so just bear that in mind. My advice anyway, until they get all these security scanners in place as well, just keep your liquids limited. You've got pharmacies, you've got shops, you've got like Boots or Superdrug in some of the airports as well, in the departure lounges, so just buy your liquids there. Don't bother buying them before, just in case something happens, there's a breakdown in these security scanners if you're going through, because the problem is, and the problem that was caused over in Birmingham Airport, was that everyone then had to take their liquids out of their bags and dispose of them, and it just created a huge, massive problem. So just limit the liquids you take through, and until further notice and everything's sorted out, well, it'll just be one less problem to have at the airports and one less thing to hold up flights this summer. Okay, so let's have a chat about the weather for this week. What is the weather forecast looking like for the week ahead for over here in Mallorca? Well, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry to bring this to you, but we do have some bad news. We are looking at, we're going to get some showers at the end of Monday, throughout Tuesday, but we are going to be having some rain. It looks like it's going to be a rainy day on Wednesday as well. So sorry to bring that to you if you are travelling out over these few days. Highs that we have on the island of around 26 degrees this week. Lows in the evening we're going to have of around 16 degrees. It's very hot and very muggy actually. I have to say it is quite humid over here. But midweek, yes, we are going to have a rainy day, which means that if you're going to be looking for things to do on the island on Wednesday, well, I can pretty much guarantee that Palma City is going to be crowded because, of course, everyone will be wanting to leave the resorts. My advice is maybe have a look around your resort and see what there is to see and do around there. Maybe go and take a walk around a nearby Old Town, go to a marketplace, go and check out some museums, go and check out some historical buildings, but don't necessarily make a beeline for Palma because, of course, the buses are going to be very busy. You're also going to find the car parks to be very busy in Palma city centre on Wednesday, so just to let you know. But we're looking at hopefully the sun coming out, making a return back on Thursday. We're going to have a mix of sunshine and clouds, and things are going to start warming up again as we head towards the weekend. Now, we have had this wind blowing through the island over the past few days. You may well have seen my live stream from over in Mallorca this weekend. It's very windy over there on that side of the island. It's also meant that we've had a lot of seaweed blowing in onto the beaches as well. And we had a post on the Facebook group this morning from someone complaining about seaweed on the beaches. Well, I just have to say, with the winds, that's also brought a lot of disturbance in the water, which is why we do have the seaweed on the beaches. But these beaches in the main tourism resorts, they should be cleared soon. They should be cleared in the coming day or so don't worry about that too much. It's just one of those things, and well, we still have a little bit of a breeze blowing across the island too. Could continue to be a little bit windy as we go on through the week also. So even if you're coming over, don't worry too much. You're still going to have a good time. Don't worry, we've got plenty of amazing restaurants and places to go, things to do and see over here. And I'll drop a link to some suggestions as well in the description text below this video so you can make the most of your holiday. Okay everyone, I hope this video update proved useful to you. Don't forget to consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Don't forget you can find me on the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.